Jackbit claims instant payouts, no KYC in over 7,500 games. It sounds perfect for crypto gamblers, but does it actually hold up? Well, after 4 days, 2 separate accounts, multiple withdrawals, and surprise verification checks, I've got the truth. Stick around because we're breaking down the safety, the hidden rules, the rakeback reality, and the final Betcha Trust Index score. You need to hear this before you deposit. I'm Chris Palmer and this is Betcha, where we test real casinos so that you don't lose your money on a bad platform. Today, we're reviewing Jackbit, a crypto-focused online casino that launched in 2022 under a Carraccio license, which is known for 3 big selling points: instant crypto deposits, 0 wagering bonuses, and a massive library of over 7,500 games. They also pushed the idea of no KYC instant payouts pretty aggressively, which is why the platform became so popular among crypto gamblers. But like we always do here at Betcha, we didn't take their marketing at face value. We ran a full 4-day test across 2 separate accounts, multiple cryptocurrencies, sportsbook betting, live support interactions, and several withdrawal attempts to see how Jackbit actually performs under real-world conditions. Safety and licensing. Let's start with safety. Jackbit operates under a Carraccio license. It's better than nothing, but it offers way less player protection than a European license. Technically, the site is secure with SSL encryption, and they use provably fair tech for mini games. But here's the problem. There's no outside audit, so you're trusting Jackbit to verify Jackbit, and that's a bit concerning. But the real safety red flag is consistency. Small withdrawals usually go through fine, but once you start winning big, especially over $5,000, resolution times slow down significantly. They aren't unsafe, but they aren't fully transparent. That's why safety gets a mediocre 50%. Deposits and withdrawals. This leads us to banking. They accept 19 cryptocurrencies including Bitcoin, Ethereum, and USDT, along with several fiat on-ramp options. Depositing is instant, but getting money out is where the no KYC marketing falls apart. In our test, I made 3 withdrawals on the same account. The first 2 withdrawals went through fast with just an email confirmation, but the third one, which was only $42, suddenly got delayed and triggered full KYC, ID, selfie, address proof, everything. Nothing changed on my side. It was the same account, same crypto, similar amount, same time of day, still they blocked it. We see this pattern all over Reddit and Trustpilot. It feels like they delay the withdrawal on purpose and suddenly ask for extra documents just to make players keep their money on the platform and continue betting instead of cashing out. Because of this uneven reliability, payout score 56%. Games and fairness. Now, the games. They advertise 7,500 titles from top providers like Evolution and Pragmatic Play. The library is massive. Be aware some providers block certain regions completely. For example, NetEnt doesn't allow its games in a bunch of countries, so the count changes. However, transparency is an issue. Jackbit doesn't clearly display RTP percentages for many games, so you have to hunt for them. But here's the biggest trap: regional blocks. Jackbit blocks players from the US, the UK, and Netherlands. They don't ban VPNs, but their system detects your real location in the background. So if you use a VPN, hit a big win, and trigger that manual KYC check, they can see you're in a restricted region and void your winnings. Be very careful with that. That's why RTP and fairness landed at 56%. Support and UI. Jackbit works well across different devices. I tried it on multiple Android phones, an iPad and desktop, and everything loaded smoothly with no real glitches. Since they don't have a dedicated app, everything runs through the browser, but the site is responsive, fast and easy to navigate. The only downside is that the bet history loads slower on mobile compared to desktop. That's why mobile UX gets a solid 74%. Support, however, is a mixed bag. They respond fast, but they are useless for real problems. When my withdrawal was stuck, they just gave me a copy-paste answer until the automated email hit. That's why support gets a low 46%. VIP and loyalty. Surprisingly, the VIP system is the highlight. There are 11 tiers. You earn points for wagering, and there are 0 wagering requirements on bonuses. What you claim is cash. Just be careful with the math. They advertise 20% rake back. That does not mean 20% of your losses back. It works out to roughly 0.2% of your wager volume. It's small, but because it's instant cash with no strings attached, our VIP value scores a high 82%. Reputation and conclusion. On the surface, Jackbit looks great, but the deeper you go, the more concerns appear. When I review any casino, Trustpilot is the first place I check, and Jackbit looks strong with 500 plus reviews, a 4.5 out of 5 rating and 70% 5-star reviews. But most 5-star reviews come from a small amount of players. The real red flags show up with big wins. The same issue I personally faced: sudden KYC, delayed payouts. Reddit threads show accounts frozen with balances still visible. So, what's the verdict? Well, Jackbit has a great interface and a huge library, but the no KYC promise is a coin flip. If you win big, expect them to slow you down. Averaging out safety, banking, games and support, the final Betcha Trust Index is 55%. Now, if you want to try Jackbit, use the link below, but start with a small budget. And if you want the full breakdown of the withdrawal timelines and restricted countries, check the article in the description. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. See you in the next review.